world over, wherever you are, in the different countries, in the different continents, in the different time zones. We hope you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your family, you're taking care of your friends, you're taking care of your neighbors, and you're taking care of everybody whosoever is directly, indirectly associated with you in your own civilization. Ladies and gentlemen, I know and we all understand the world is passing through difficult patches, difficult times, and all that. But well, this time will also pass away and we'll overcome that in due course of time. This morning, this afternoon, this evening, when I talk green morning, green afternoon, and green evening to everybody world over, ladies and gentlemen, we extend a very hearty welcome to Mr. Jagdish Chaudhari ji, the head of the special initiatives, analytics and insights at the Tata Consultancy Services, who had been very, very kind to spare his valuable time this evening and to be with us. I wish to share with all of you, today is the 224th webinar. We started right from 25th of March. The main focus is making education relevant, like doctors, nurses, paramedical people world over. They are great warriors. They are doing great service. Similar way, all educators, all counselors, all teachers, principals, directors, vice chancellors, they are also doing tremendous, wonderful job wherever they are. And at the same time, the corporate sector is also trying to reach us and empower the entire global community. So ladies and gentlemen, while extending a hearty welcome to each one of you, Monday, 12th of October 2020, that is 3 minutes past 5 p.m. Indian Standard Time, let's move with the global confluence of intellectuals, visionaries, scholars, and all the experts. Our chamber, International Chamber for Service Industry, since 1994 in the service of the non-resident Indians, world over in the different countries, in the different continents. We have a presence in about 150 plus countries at present, where we have got our advisors, we have got research scholars, we have got our presidents, and we have got a couple of other people in the governing body, those are taking care of. From 1994 to 2003, it was a humble journey when 3 to 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 NRIs, they used to get together on a common platform every year when they were coming in India in last weeks of December and the first week of January. And around 13th of January, we used to have a get together and a celebration. And therefrom the idea originated, and then the presentation to then Honorable Prime Minister of India, late Shri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, and the time moved on and there was a birth of Bharatiya Parvasi Divas. At present, there are 30 million plus non-resident Indians in different countries abroad. During this pandemic, we have dedicated this entire series because education has to be empowered. As per the UNESCO latest statistics, 1.86 billion children are at present away from the education fraternity. When we talk about today's evening, our heartfelt and heartfelt gratitudes and a big thanks to a successful visionary, Mr. Dinanath Kholkarji, the Vice President and the Global Head of Analytics and Insight at Tata Consultancy Services. He came for a program over here, and from there the vision started when we requested him that how we can get closer with the Tata Consultancy Services. And ladies and gentlemen, in that particular series, we are so grateful to this gentleman and to Mr. Jagdish Chaudhari ji, because he assembled the entire program. You have got 8 different powerful programs with Tata Consultancy Services starting today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 4 days this week, and then next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4. These 8 modules are going to set the new paradigm, new shift, and the new strategies and the new innovation and the new creativity, all that. So my deepest gratitudes on behalf of our entire chamber, my governing body from the world over, to Mr. Dinanath Kholkarji for bringing this series together to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, we all understand during this lockdown, the thought processes are affected, business is deeply affected, physical and mental health is affected, and the main part of the universe is education is deeply, deeply affected. There's a digital divide. Some of the people are without instruments. Some of the people are getting quality education. 71% children, when we carry out the census, they say they are extremely happy, but these are the children, those are getting the bandwidth. So thereby, we have made a request to the Honorable Prime Minister of India, at the same time to the Education Minister of India and all the corporate heads, those are dealing with the digital connectivity, please help out the entire ecosystem to give the digital connectivity. When we talk about Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, ladies and gentlemen, your pain is our pain, your pleasure is our pleasure. The entire globe is one family, and I'm grateful to the people, those are joining us early morning when they're going for their walk and jog, right from Canada, whether the eastern coast or the western coast, people those are joining from Latin America, people those are joining from United States, people those are finished with their lunch in the entire European Union, and thereafter people they had just their tea in the Central Asia, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, South Asia. When we come on to people those are joining from Afghanistan, those are joining us from Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives. And when I take a swirl around India, and when we go to 10 beautiful countries, 650 million population, and these are Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, Brunei. We are grateful to you because every Sunday we have a special program with you, and that is India ASEAN series. And thereafter, of course, we move on further. My greatest thanks to Sankalp and 270 NRIs, those are watching this program from Seoul. I'm grateful to Dr. Christy Chang, all the way from Taiwan. And I'm grateful to my monks, all my brothers and sisters, those are joining this program from different cities of Japan. I'm grateful to all of you. Although it's a little late for you, but you're still a part of this program. My deep gratitude and thanks to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, heartiest congratulations and deep thanks to Honorable Prime Minister of India. At 4 p.m. on 29th of July, the new education policy being announced in India, and 29th of July 2020 will get into the history, because after 34 years, the new education policy in India, what's going to be the change once the policy comes into practice, into implementation, into when you see the entire thing over here, when this education policy gets right from the 6th class onwards, students getting on to coding, students going for vocational, internship, corporate houses, factories, wherever they would be. And Asha Bhosle ji the other day rung up to the government of India, and she said, what a pleasure. Now a science student can take a music, commerce student can take fashion designing, no divide between arts, commerce and science, everybody together. And when you look at the higher education, my non-resident Indians, brothers and sisters, when they were talking with me, and 3rd of October, we had the historic mental marathon where we discussed what could be the new andragogy as far as the higher education and what non-resident Indians can do in the new education policy in India, when 100 international repute, the best institution coming and setting up their campuses in India. Ladies and gentlemen, this policy will bring a change. Well, our chamber, when it gathered a lot of research from the world over, we learned that next global crisis is heading towards water strategies, water saving, water conservation. At this point of time, when children are at home, parents, you are requested, give them the best of sermon. They should pick up the threads from you. Every drop of the water is very, very important. Soon we are going to start a series. Our advisor from Singapore, he will be taking the lead. I had a discussion with him this afternoon, and we are going to have a special series coming on to water saving strategies very soon. In this chamber, we will be working out that. Now, women empowerment is one of the important agenda. And when we talk about women empowerment, focusing on their studies, their skills, their competencies, their participation, the respect to be given to them, their involvement, getting a job, startup, stand-up, internship, or whatever we can think of, ladies and gentlemen, girls and particularly the women folk, they play a very important role in our society. We got to take them hand in hand and we got to move ahead the best possible way. Our chamber is in the service 12 hours every day, non-stop, from morning 9 o'clock, that is 9 a.m. Indian Standard Time, until evening 9 o'clock. We dedicate every day 12 hours for all of you, where our chamber from the Global Finishing School, which we set up way back in 1994, we are doing the beaming and we are very happy. We are reaching Mongolia, we are reaching Middle East, we are reaching Central Asia. We are going all the way to the Spanish-speaking population, to Costa Rica, Venezuela, Chile. And when you talk about rainforest areas and everything in the Latin America, our President Pratap Singh Ji, we are proud of you. Thank you for joining this morning with us for this particular program. This is the interiors, what we are showing, the finishing school of International Chamber for Service Industry, world class, where the soft skills, etiquettes, manners, gesture, body language, articulation, confidence, and your personality enhancement, the entire thing being taken care of. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the complete creativity of the younger generation, yes program, and Friday evening, like today, 5 o'clock, you have got this program. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is Monday, 4 days we will be with you with the Tata Consultancy Services. And Friday we will be coming in the evening, that is 5 to 6 p.m. Venerable Dr. Dhamma Piyaji, the Secretary General, International Buddhist Confederation, 500 million plus population. We are thankful to what exactly is Lord Buddha's philosophy. What did he convey? And I was just talking to our distinguished guest of the evening when I learned from Mr. Jagdish Chaudhari ji that he comes from Aurangabad. So ladies and gentlemen, think about the caves which you have got in Ajanta and Ellora, the beautiful place when we talk about this particular area. Then comes Saturday. Saturday evening, 5 to 5:40 p.m. We take you to Chicago, where 11th of September 1893, 127 years back, sisters and brothers of the universe. And that was conveyed right by Swami Vivekananda ji. And everybody is standing and giving a standing ovation to this man. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. So we come to you with every Saturday evening, 5 p.m., what is the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda's teaching in education relevance today for the youth. And then thereafter, we got to take care of your health also. Ministry of Ayush started the series, wonderful, where we talk about Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, naturopathy, positive thoughts, positive thinking, positive living, mental robustness. And there we talk about your meditation, organic farming, that is very, very important. And I share with all of, a lot of people ask me, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sharma, at the age of 71, how do you carry the energy of that 20-year-old boy? Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ayurveda, and that is organic farming, and that is organic agriculture. And everything when you talk about, your energy will remain barqarar if you take care of your health, get up early and sleep early, follow certain principles in life. Sunday morning, we take you all the way to California, 65 miles away from the Los Angeles airport to the Burbank, that is California, Woodbury University, where from Professor Satinder Dhiman talks to the entire world, 9:30 to 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. That is what is there in Srimad Bhagavad Gita and principal Upanishads. What is the relevance of this? That is your journey from Vidya se Adhyatam Vidya ki aur. The new education policy is talking about ancient heritage of India. When you talk about Nalanda University, Takshila, when you talk about Vikramshila, what was that happening at that point of time? All these subjects were taught in Nalanda University, the first residential university of the world, ladies and gentlemen. And then comes Sunday evening at 3 p.m. We take you to 650 million people, all the way to India, ASEAN, We get the patronage of everybody: education, skills, tourism, research, innovation, wellness, micro, small, and the medium enterprise. Focus is northeast part of India, to which the Prime Minister of India calls Ashta Lakshmi. We dedicate and devote the entire series. We are thankful to Mr. Rabindranath ji, the former chairman and the managing director of the NSIC. Under his dedicated leadership, ladies and gentlemen, every Sunday evening, we bring you micro, small, and the medium enterprise special session. And yesterday we had Mr. Umang Das, the chairman, Foreign Investment, that is the Investors India Forum, all the way from Singapore, who shared his vision under the leadership of Mr. Rabindranath ji. It was a pleasure. It's a treat, because a lot of micro, small, and medium enterprise has suffered. And our chamber is so happy. 3 years we have been walking the corridors of the Ministry of Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise, giving them all the papers, whatever they wanted. They wanted the blueprint, they wanted the roadmap, they wanted the action plan, secretary, additional secretary, everybody, the whole team. And we had been giving them, because we always requested them, bring services sector at par with the manufacturing. So ladies and gentlemen, we are very happy. The day Prime Minister announced, India's Prime Minister, Atmanirbhar Bharat, the Finance Minister of India, Nirmala Sitharaman ji, in her address on 5 days when she was with Anurag Thakur ji, they discussed and she mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, here onward in the MSME sector, the services sector will be at par with the manufacturing sector. That's a great soothing to our chamber. We are extremely, extremely happy. Our hard work paid. So this is the entire week, making education relevant, global confluence of intellectuals, all of us together from the world over, join hands, strengthen the humanity, live peacefully. This particular program, whole week, is available live to you on the YouTube. You can see today's program also. It's coming live now also on Dr. Gulshan Sharma's YouTube video channel, because that is dedicated to ICSI. You can see right over there. So this is the web series, but in between we will have a lot of permutation combination. We will keep bringing whatever is the demand. This is what we gathered from 150 countries from 25th of March till 10th of October. Wish to share with all of you. The golden triangle is not going to be Delhi, Agra, Jaipur. Ask me, my heart bleeds, because I sleep tourism, I get up tourism, I think tourism, I dream tourism, I talk tourism, I walk tourism. My whole life is dedicated to tourism. I spent my entire life to tourism. I set up the first National Institute for Tourism while being with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, with my stakeholders and the team and everybody. Drafted the first MBA tourism program way back in 1989, which was implemented in 1990. So I wish to share the new golden triangle. The world over is going to be sustainable development, where you have to talk about your basic food, your basic agriculture, your organic farming, your first requirement, which you have to take care of. The other day, somebody was walking on the roadside and he asked me, he says, "Uncle, I've got a small question to ask from you." I said, "What is that?" He says, "We have got in India state highways, national highways, and we have been planting the trees over there. Why have we not planted the fruit trees over there?" I said, "Your question is valid, what you're asking. But why are you asking this question?" He says, "Had there been fruit trees, nobody would have asked Mr. Modi, please give us the ration, give us something to eat and all. They would have plucked the fruits from there, they would have eaten, and they would have gone to their hometown, whatever district or state they belong to." I think he had lots of logic. We need more startups. We need more stand-ups. We need more innovation. We need more incubation. We need more Atal twinkling labs and everything what we talk about. Let us talk about education got to have a relevance with day-to-day life. That is something very important which we have to understand, ladies and gentlemen. Right from 25th of March, I am cultivating my own organic vegetables. अपने घर की छत पर, आंगन में, जहां भी कोई जगह है, I'm having only organic farming and nothing else. We got to understand, we have to become self-reliant. And that is the way we have to start the journey. The B2B is no more business to business. Forget about it. World will never ever get back to the order and to the arena what it used to be in January and February. After the March, the new norms are going to be there. So your food, your agriculture, animal husbandry, your basic requirement, first requirement. Secondly, take care of your health and your wellness. Look after yourself. Do some yoga, meditation. Be mentally very strong. When you'll be mentally strong, your body will physically follow. And the third part is education. Don't think about it that your parents are going to spend money for you. They're going to borrow, take a loan. They're going to sell a small plot and they want your education. Come on, become responsible now. Start becoming responsible. Do a part-time job. Do the internship. Go somewhere. And that is the way we have to sustainably develop the entire world, ladies and gentlemen. We got to take care of. This is the last slide which I share with all of you. Whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Let's come together, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make education relevant, because education is the basic foundation of the entire human peace and development, peace and prosperity. We should not be becoming ignorant and following the path of destruction in life. The good education only can bring peace and global happiness. That is something very important. So all of us together, global confluence of educators, motivators, technocrats, counselors, corporate, wellness experts, government administrators, decision makers, all of us together. So our chamber extends you a very hearty welcome. It's a pleasure, and we would like to have you either as a panelist or get across to your suggestions. Do write to us, reach us. We would be more than happy to take us. Every evening, these are the stars of today's evening. Besides our distinguished guest of the evening, our distinguished speaker, Mr. Jagdish Chaudhari ji, here are the 6 stars. Colonel Menon always gives a surprise to me. Today, instead of 5, he has got 6 stars. Wow, that is the development and empowerment. Colonel K.C. Menon, the regional advisor for the South India, I always say South Asia. South India, he is the International Chamber for Service Industry Advisor. He is the person who is bringing all these stakeholders and these children from the world over together on a common platform. We are proud of these children, these girl, child. We want women empowerment. We want that after our main speaker today has shared his vision, expertise, and whatsoever dimensions he would like to give to the global fraternity. Thereafter, we will hear for a minute each to Gurveen, to Shweta, to Muskan, to Tanisha, and of course, Harshita. All of them, we extend you a very, very hearty welcome. There are 2 Tanishas, one is Tanisha Pathak and one is Tanisha Khera. So I extend on behalf of our chamber a great thanks to you, and all principals, all teachers, all counselors. Kindly get in touch with Colonel K.C. Menon. Today, these children are celebrity and they will go global today and the whole world will see them. Similar way, let your children from your school, from your college, from your institution gain confidence to be a part of this particular program. Because unless you don't share your vision over here, how the world will move ahead? Because they have got very valid question. What is the purpose of education? What is the role of technology in today's education? What does today's youth want? How to create your dream career? How to make education relevant to our day-to-day life? It should not be theoretical. And what is women empowerment? So I'm grateful to Colonel Menon, and I'm grateful to all the principal teachers. So ladies and gentlemen, here is the celebrity of the evening. We have got Shri Jagdish Chaudhari ji, Head Special Initiatives, Analytics and Insights, Tata Consultancy Services. We are proud of Tata Group under the dynamic, dedicated leadership of Ratan Tata ji. These people are doing wonderful, commendable, acumen job and service to the entire humanity globally. I won't call only in India, globally they are doing wonderful. Mr. Chaudhary has an overall IT experience of 33 years with association with the Tata Consultancy Services for more than 23 years. A very hearty welcome to him. Currently, he is head of the Special Initiatives in Analytics and Insights Business Unit of Tata Consultancy Services, Vice Chair of the IEEE Pune section and head of the Special Interest Group for Affordable Agriculture. Some of the people before they asked me, I educated myself also. What is IEEE? It stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. That's what I just saw. The Google Baba gives a lot of information nowadays. So working with the Tata Consultancy Services since April 1997. He is the founder secretary of IEEE Pune section. He was located BPS HR head for TCS Pune from 2013 to 16. He is the head of the HR strategic initiative for Tata Consultancy Services BPS from 2011 to 14. Managed the diversity coaching and strategic interventions for the BPS Global Business Unit. Certified as leadership development coach by Coaching Foundation of India. Was heading global operations for a group of BFSI accounts from 2019 to 2011. Head of the Assurance Services Group for Tata Consultancy Services, Morgan Stanley relationship from 2005 to 2008. The group offered services like regression, system, functional, and performance testing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you know Morgan Stanley, we have been hearing quite a bit on Ruchir Sharma. Was involved in the process consulting work group from 2002 to 2004 as a part of the global consulting practices. Did process consulting engagement for Bank of America, JPMC, Cisco, Intel, Fujitsu, and other clients. He worked with the Tata Consultancy Services, Nortel Technology Lab from 1997 to 2002, performed the role of a group leader managing multiple telecom projects in areas of switching and internet telephony. So ladies and gentlemen, like it happens in the media entertainment industry, let me drop the curtains and get the celebrity of the evening, our distinguished guest, Mr. Jagdish Chaudhari ji, head of the special initiatives, analytics and insights, Tata Consultancy Services, to share his vision with a global fraternity. Hearty welcome to you. Pleasure to have you with us this evening.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, let me thank ICSI and Dr. Gulshan Sharma for providing me this wonderful opportunity to connect with such a distinguished audience from across the globe. Today's topic of affordable agriculture is very close to my heart, and I always love sharing it with the audience, and I really value this beautiful opportunity. Before I get into my topic, very briefly, let me touch upon what is IEEE. IEEE stands for Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. It is a 130 plus years old organization. IEEE is the largest technical professional body in the world with more than 400,000 members across 160 countries. It is considered to be one of the largest knowledge generators of the world. It conducts more than 1100 international conferences across the globe. One of the most important aspects of IEEE is its mission. It is advancing technology for benefit of humanity. So that makes it very impactful, and it provides phenomenal opportunities in terms of volunteering, quality networking, and exponential lifelong learning. The kind of people you get to hear through IEEE is just amazing, the kind of breadth and depth which you can get through the various speakers. So as I mentioned, one of the mission of IEEE happens to be advancing technology for the benefit of humanity. Under that, it generously supports initiatives in the technology space which are for the benefit of humanity. And the Affordable Agriculture Initiative was also supported by IEEE and was driven by IEEE Pune section. I happen to be part of IEEE Pune section and currently the vice chair and also the chair for special interest group for affordable agriculture. So coming to my topic, let me share my screen. So today's topic of discussion is affordable agriculture. So as I mentioned, Special Interest Group for Affordable Agriculture, SIG AA, was formed under IEEE Pune section. It aligns well with IEEE's mission of advancing technology for humanity. Let me give a brief context. See, what happened is when we started this way back in 2017, there were a lot of farmer suicides happening in India. And we thought that that is one area IEEE certainly needs to focus. If you're talking about humanity and where 60% of humanity in India, if they are engaged in agriculture, we need to really look at it very seriously. So we wanted to improve the quality of life of farmers and particularly the small farmers. The whole idea, in a nutshell, if you ask me, the whole initiative was to make the small farmer prosperous. And the sort of situation was quite conducive. The Prime Minister had announced his vision of doubling the farmer income. Also, TCS founder, Mr. FC Kohli, was encouraging us always that he said, no, you are doing a lot of things, but you should do something for agriculture. So that was one of the main triggers for us to take up this initiative. And see, agriculture has sort of a far-reaching impact. It is there's a clear linkage between agriculture to food, food to health, and health to overall quality of life. So as such, agriculture impacts humanity in a big way. Now, see, what happens is there is a lot of technology available in agriculture. From the developed world, it comes. The only challenge is that the typical land holding in the developed countries is much larger, and the technologies which are developed are conducive for that kind of farming. Whereas the typical land holding in India is quite less. It is ranges between 2 to 5 acres, or at the most 10, 15 acres. What happens is the technology which is generally available globally is not suitable because it becomes very expensive and not affordable. Hence, we thought instead of calling it just a special interest group for agriculture, it should be affordable agriculture, which makes it suitable for the farmers in India. So the formal vision which we have is to create an inclusive, sustainable and scalable ecosystem to nurture innovation for the benefit of small farmers. So quickly, let me give our journey when we set up the post setting up the SIG AA. See, this was conceptualized in consultation with the TCS digital farming team. So TCS has a specialized group working on this, and they have a flagship product called M-Krishi. It is deployed across almost close to 1 million farmers in India. So we took guidance from them to begin with, and towards late 2017 or early 2018, we formed this group. And we, being from IEEE, we started with our comfort zone, which was the engineering colleges. We got 6 engineering colleges on board. At that time, we realized that we need guidance in terms of the domain, which is agriculture in this case. And hence we got the government agriculture college And there's a incubation center called Bhau Institute in College of Engineering, Pune. So we got onboarded both these, and with these 8 members, we formed a consortium to focus on this initiative. And through that, we had several workshops, and basically uh, we enhanced the focus on this topic. We brought it as one of the focus areas in our flagship international conference called PuneCon. We realized in the process that while we are doing a lot of things in the technology space, unless we have a sound understanding of the agriculture domain, we can't progress. And hence we decided to partner with a couple of NGOs who are working in the agriculture domain. And we decided to go into the drought-prone region of Marathwada in Maharashtra, where farmers were struggling big time. And the other thing we noticed is that farmers have burned their fingers a lot in various schemes in India, and they don't trust anybody. So after studying and consulting certain experts, we realized that we need a mentor-based model, and hence we sort of partnered with these NGOs who are well respected locally in those areas, and through them we reached out to the farmers, and I'm glad to say that we were able to reach close to 1,000 farmers in Marathwada, which is a drought-prone area. So this entire sort of story and proposal which we created, we thought that we will need funding for this, and we put it up to IEEE through two different channels. One is the IEEE Humanitarian Activities Committee, and the other is IEEE Foundation. We asked funds for both of them, but we kept complete transparency, told them that we are parallelly seeking funds from both of you. But to our surprise, we got funding from both the entities in parallel, and overall we got a funding of $80,000. After that, we partnered with multiple industries, NGOs, like-minded people, and basically there were two tracks. One is the engineering colleges track, which was, as I mentioned, our comfort zone, and the other one was the two NGOs. So with the engineering colleges, we decided to set up 6 affordable agriculture labs in 6 different institutes. So these were leading institutes across Pune, and each of them we encouraged to take up 5 projects each. So in all, 30 projects were initiated. These projects were basically small innovations for the benefit of farmers. And on the other side, we started working with these 2 NGOs directly with the farmers, and we set up demo farms in these 2 places to showcase affordable technologies in agriculture. Once the ecosystem was in place, we took up a lot of initiatives. Like we released one book called Shashwat Sheti, which in Marathi means sustainable agriculture. So there was a book on sustainable agriculture where a lot of experts from the field have contributed. It has come out very well. There are a lot of Padma Shris and Padma Vibhushans who are contributors to this book, and very nicely written articles. And as Dr. Sharma was saying, a lot of things around natural farming, organic farming, chemical-free farming. Articles are centered around that. In fact, we gave preference and we reached out to such individuals who could sort of throw light on this topic. We also arranged an exhibition on affordable agriculture, and it was around Diwali time, and you should have seen it to believe the kind of enthusiasm and vibrance we experienced in that place. And uh, the hospitality which we experienced is unforgettable from the farmers. Despite their economic conditions, you can't beat them when it comes to hospitality. We have also set up collaboration and innovation center in Government Agriculture College, where engineering college students can come over and seek guidance on the agriculture domain. So this center is expected to yield a lot of results in this year. Due to COVID, things have slowed. We requested IEEE Foundation that we need to continue this, sustain this effort, and sort of consolidate the learnings which we have already accomplished in 2019. So we got an extension for 1 more year. So throughout 2020, we have got an extension. Of course, not that level of funding, but we have some small funding which we have received, through which we are setting up 3 more labs and 1 demo farm in Pune. So this was one of the sort of a complaint from IEEE members and the fraternity in Pune, saying that the demo farm sites are too far. Hence, we sort of decided to have 1 farm at least, which is close by, so that engineering students can visit it more frequently. So this is our entire journey, what we've done. Some of the key discussion points, this is in a free-flowing thought process. I thought, let me share some of the things which are relevant in this context. See, sustainability is kind of a mainstream agenda. See, UN SDGs, the 17 UN SDGs, many of them are very relevant to the topic which we are discussing today, which is zero hunger. Eco-friendly farming. The other thing is sort of we need to come into the education sector. Practical manner. Farming is practically teaching them as to how to look at things with empathy, connect with the farmers, talk to the end consumer, understand the problem. Fields together. So what we are trying to do is to sort of nurture an interdisciplinary approach. See, one of the pain areas which I have experienced during my career, and which is even valid today with engineering colleges, is that once a person joins a mechanical engineering department, the person does not even visit the electronics department in 4 years sometimes. So they stick to their own department. One is that the whole interest is not sort of nurtured. There is maybe some fear factor is also there. So we wanted to break these silos. And moreover, the boundaries between the various disciplines are collapsing. So if you look at a sort of autonomous car, you can't pinpoint whether it's a mechanical device, extremely essential in the future that the disciplines collaborate, and they have to look at solutions, because consumer is not worried about whether it's a mechanical product or electronic product. They are looking for solutions. The other thing is frugality. So we need to look at how solutions can be developed in a very economic way. So this inspiration we got also from Dr. Mashelkar, who is a renowned scientist from Pune. So what he has coined a term called more from less for more. So from less resources, you create more, and for more people. So this is the theme which we want to inculcate within the student community. again, Dr. Sharma mentioned about the post-COVID scenario, things are going to be very different. So we need to sort of de-link economy from consumption. So no longer sort of it can be linearly proportional. That your growth is proportional to how much resources you consume. That is not going to sort of sustain. It's not a sustainable model. So we'll have to consume less resources and still grow the economy. So the effectively what we mean is that the focus is shifting to development and not growth. So you can't go after mad growth quarter over quarter, but we need to ensure development of humanity. And for that, innovation is extremely must. People have realized that we cannot remain isolated in the world. We are a connected universe. So we can't be sort of not caring for others. We need to look at it with a broader vision. Also, we need to plan things assuming disruptions. So we need to sort of cultivate resilient models. And of course, health and well-being is becoming a central focus area. Safe food, with all this reckless use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides, certain places in India have become hotspot of cancer because of huge use of chemicals. So we need to sort of look at, time has come to revisit this whole approach of farming. And I'm glad to and also proud to say that IEEE Pune section and our SIG AA group came up with this concept of self-sufficiency even before the Atmanirbhar Bharat was announced. So that was a testimony that we could sort of come up with some thought leadership in this area. I'll talk more about it later. And I want to share one experience. We had one workshop in Agriculture College and we had invited the director of Pawal Vigyan Ashram. It is a very well-known entity which has been funded by MIT. And they are sort of a finishing school for engineers. So they give practical orientation. So we asked the director as to what is different in Pawal Vigyan Ashram. So he said, this is exactly our institute is exactly the same as any engineering colleges. In fact, we have less resources, but the only thing is we ensure that there is an end consumer. So this is one challenge which engineering colleges have. They lack the focus on end consumer, and hence they end up focusing on presenting their solution to the professor. So the professor becomes the end consumer, which in the process they lose the entire spirit of the solution. So I think this is what these were some of the takeaways which we had in our journey. I thought of sharing them with you. Look, as I was mentioning, we for the demo farms, we had partnered with 2 NGOs and with all these farmers. You see this group from Ambezogai, Manolok, and on the right hand side, the 4th person from the right is Anikeji Loya, who is the trustee of Manolok. And you can see this beaming faces there. They have installed this cold pressed oil mill using our funding. And basically what we have sort of the concept we discussed was that they should focus on self-sufficiency and value addition. So self-sufficiency means the farmer produces most of the things they need at home themselves. So they don't depend on the world at all. The fluctuations in the economy, they can survive. So the fear of survival goes away. See, basically, see what they need to grow. They need to grow oil seeds, They need to grow pulses, millets. Basically, in our area, they eat jawar roti. They need dal. They need vegetables. They need milk. And one thing which is not in the routine, the cropping pattern is soya bean. The thing is that if they grow this, 60-70% of their food needs are taken care of, and their whole family can remain healthy, eat fresh and good food, good quality food. Once all this is taken care of, then they can focus on whatever is the remaining produce. They don't sell it like this because see, that is where they get trapped in the pressure of middlemen and the fluctuating prices. Whenever the crop comes, the prices drop, and that is where the poor farmer suffers. So what we recommended to them is that you do some minimal value addition. We understand they can't afford to do a lot of value addition, but some minimal value addition. So take these examples. We have provided them a oil mill. So they oil seeds they convert into oil, and they have said, I'm happy to state that they are selling it in Pune at premium rates, and many of the TCS people are also buying it for their day-to-day consumption. Then the pulses, while they are selling, they can polish it through the dal mill. We have again supplied that to them. Then they can use solar dryers, low-cost storage equipment, and the milk also can be converted into ghee, and then the soya can be converted into soya milk. So wherever possible, we have provided them some equipment. Some of them they have sourced on their own, and this entire ecosystem has been created. So this beauty of this whole initiative is the partner ecosystem which we have nurtured. So we have realized that and experienced the wonders which we can accomplish through collaboration. So this incubation center in College of Engineering Pune, BHAU, has been a great supporter, and all the students first round of poster presentations where they presented their concepts in BHAU Institute. Those were vetted by experts, and it was very interesting to notice that students acknowledged that after the poster presentation review that they were depending too much on Google. Instead of meeting farmers, they were even seeking problems from Google. So they had drawn conclusions from Google. Second is they were thinking about too much about hi-fi technology, which was not realistic to implement. Everybody used to say that our solution is based on artificial intelligence, leverages cloud technology and mobility and that kind of thing. They realized, we told them that you first of all talk to the end consumer. Second is make it realistic. Also in these agriculture labs, what we have done is that we have encouraged students of second and third year to take these projects more than the final year students. Of course, the first year we did not mandate it, but more and more we are encouraging second and third year students. I don't know that whether some of you, particularly in India, might have watched the movie called Three Idiots. So in this movie, for those who don't know, they basically sort of, the whole idea is the passion through which the students work, the happiness they get out of education. So these final year students have a propensity to work for securing marks, and hence they look at bringing in a lot of complexity into their project rather than the solution. Because of course, see, their genuine need is to demonstrate their knowledge. That's how they do it. What we thought is that the second year, third year students, they can play and learn. So they can put things together. And of course, we, as I mentioned, we also brought in this interdisciplinary model. So overall, I think that this was a good value add to the engineering colleges fraternity with whom we were closely working. And this more for less for more, more from less for more is the Gandhian innovation model, which Dr. Mashelkar talks about. And we wanted to create conviction about collective and eco-friendly farming, which sort of we managed to create that. And also in students about this frugal and interdisciplinary model. So overall, I think this was the sort of uniqueness of our program. On the farmers front, see, we reduced the dependence on the middleman, and with self-sufficiency, we brought a lot of sort of stability in the farmers' economic conditions. The other thing, by bringing in value addition, see, there was interesting thing which we have noticed is that we have increased the glamour quotient of the profession. So when these machineries came and there were setups and all, people were explaining it to us with a lot of pride. So this was the guidance we also got from Dr. F.C. Kohli and Dr. Mashelkar. Both of them were sort of excited with this word glamour. They said, no, we need to bring in glamour to agriculture. What is happening today is that youth in the rural areas, they are aspiring to do jobs in cities instead of sort of focusing on so much wealth which they have locally. They leave this village, they go to the cities, and then end up doing low-end jobs and no, live with a very low quality of life, which also has resulted into lot of challenges, urban challenges as well, and quality with a very low quality of life. So I think this can trigger reverse migration as well if agriculture becomes fashionable, and of course creating awareness on the next gen solutions in agriculture is what we have achieved for the farmers. See, this project won humanitarian technology activities outstanding section award at a region 10 level, which is at the APAC level. This project won an award for our implementation. Now, I just spoke about what we accomplished. Now I will just quickly touch upon what we hold, the potential this holds. This can pull the farmers out of the vicious circle of poverty. We have just given them a glimpse of it in the first year. Of course, they'll have to do it year after year, and we are closely in touch with them. These pilots can be scaled up across the country. We have already connected with region 10 level, and we want to. In fact, we also were invited by Chief Minister's office to sort of discuss this project, and we are wanting to replicate this. So this publication which we have come up in Marathi, we are now working on translating it into English so that all other sections in India can use it and freely replicate this success story. The other thing we envisage as a fallout of this entire thing is chemical-free food for the entire society. See, I'll just give you 1 minute what the scenario typically is currently in the rural area. Everybody is running after sugarcane as a crop. It's a cash crop. It depletes the soil. It is making it very saline because they use a lot of chemicals. They use a lot of water, and it doesn't need efforts. So the people plant the crop and then forget about it. So they are getting into bad vices, a lot of politics in the village, and they get money in bulk as a one-time payment from the sugar factory, which again creates, they end up spending it on a mobile or a expensive cell phone, and then they do skimping at home for example, the male child gets milk and the girl child gets tea at home, which is very unfortunate with all this. So now here what happens is, in this kind of cropping pattern, they work hard, they are motivated, they're even engaged. The soil quality is sort of balanced through rotation. Sometimes it gets nitrogen, etc. So all these things keep happening, and then youth will get attracted potentially to this profession. So these are the long-term takeaways. And in India, of course, we want to create this culture of Make in India, and so the product development, entrepreneurship. There's a lot of work to further work, scope for doing in cold storage, greenhouses, seed banks. So we couldn't touch many things, and some of them were capital intensive, like water harvesting. This is a very expensive area, but we do want to focus on them. And also from an analytics and insights perspective, we want to create a we managed to create a strong foundation for data marketplace. So data is very important in agriculture from a pricing perspective, from the weather data perspective, and it could be traded. So there are a few more slides in that. I will not go through into them. See, you can see this is our visit to Power Vigyan Ashram. See the kind of response we have got from the students. The bus was full. We had to turn down some of the people showing interest because we were overbooked. See, this is a distinguished lecturer from Malaysia. So this is the benefit of IEEE being a global organization. He came and he gave a talk on mushroom farming, and it triggered. Interestingly, we immediately took that cue. We visited some mushroom farms in Pune. We showed this to the people later on. See, these the people on the top are the project managers from the villages. They were brought to Pune for 1 week, and we took them around to show them organic farming and various things. So they've also visited a mushroom farm, and I'm happy to say that they could implement it on their own using their own ingenuity. There are a few more photographs that connects with the farmers. The hydroponics campaign we did in the city. You can see the excited students demonstrating their project. This was the demo of a live project, working project. We had insisted that they should show us working projects. And there was one entrepreneur who has done millet noodles. So a lot of interesting output. This is one of the picture of our affordable agriculture labs. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation. I would be happy to take questions, if any. With this, let me hand it over to Dr. Gulshan Sharma.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was wonderful, basically, to go through the entire journey and to understand your vision, your efforts, what all has been done. And I've got a quick 2-3 questions to just, I would make a request to you to just help us out. Number one, how to attract more and more young boys and girls to come in startups and stand-ups related to organic farming and agriculture. The other day, I was talking to one of the bureaucrats in the ministry, and then there is another bureaucrat who has resigned after a couple of years, and he has set up a beautiful the entrepreneurship school in Gurugram, that is next to Delhi. I was talking to him also, and I was telling him that all startups are coming up. We are very keen that more and more young children nowadays should get into organic farming, because the kind of a fast food what they are eating, they do not know what junk they are taking. They do not know what exactly is going inside the body. So thereby, I mean to say, what exactly should be done so that the younger generation, particularly our children, those are just finishing their education, they should be very keen to be a part of these startups, stand-ups, initiative related to nutrition, organic farming. What should be done on that?
Yes, this is an extremely important point which you have brought up.
If we close the presentation, then we can take you in full.
Sure.
Then we can take you in full, because then people, yeah, that's lovely. To see you on the full screen, it's much better. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, so I think it's a very...
What should we do? Yeah.
A very important point which you have brought up. See, we have to look at a multi-pronged approach. One is, of course, creating that space, providing that opportunity, like what we have done by setting up these labs. So bringing in the focus. So engineering colleges have been told, you look at setting up these labs. So now 9 engineering colleges have affordable agriculture labs. And there, what we have told them is that you don't procure anything on your own. You procure what the students ask you to procure. So give full liberty, empower them. And we have found that they are so responsible, they have brought in their own stuff. and created beautiful projects. The other thing which we have realized in the journey is that there is a natural interest. All our workshops, seminars were full, and students came on their own. The other thing is we also realized that many of them directly or indirectly have a farming background in India. So they come to the engineering college. They have some connect with the farm. So they have some childhood memories or some relative having a farm. So it is close to their heart anyway. And the other thing is that they can see the results of their effort clearly in a year when they develop some solution. Uh, so, for example, onion storage, they could demonstrate to us, and which gives them a clear feel as to know what is IoT, how is the sensor technology working, etc. So, this has also in turn created interest in technology. It's a reverse thing. The solution has created interest in technology. So, and with this clarity in thinking and the solution orientation, the next logical step will be uh, getting into entrepreneurship, and that is where the role of incubation center uh, comes in a big way. And TCS has one digital impact square in Nasik, where they have encouraged so many social entrepreneurs, and 80% of them are successful. So I read that, and they running very successful companies there. What we have, other thing which we have done is to take students on field trips. So they have visited a farm. We have taken them to a farm, and they had such a great time and enjoyed the visit so much that they would sort of uh, were wanting to do it more and more and remain connected. So many of them sort of uh, through that visit decided to pursue further in this area. So such visits are definitely going, because see the kind of food they enjoyed there and the hospitality, etc. It was a very refreshing experience from the day-to-day routine. So that is certainly there, and of course certain awareness sessions directly with the school children in the villages, with the even the parents who are now pushing them to go to the city. That also is an important thing. So we will have to look at that.
Chaudhary Sahab, there are a lot of challenges, practical challenges, which I'm seeing in last my 45 years of this kind of a journey this side. When you cross 70, you see a couple of things. Number one, the new education policy has come. No child is interested to do a farming and to put a hard work. They want smart work. They want easily the money should flow, and they have not to put in. You very rightly said about the sugarcane plantation because you make a quick money, thereby you don't want to go for. Now let me take a very practical example from Punjab. Every child thinks that if I go to Canada, if I go overseas, my whole life is going to change. They compel their parents, they push their parents to sell either a small portion of the land or borrow money from the bank, take a loan, whatever is there, but do send me abroad. And after reaching over there, they are not bothered what university they are taking admission in. They are not bothered. It is a third rate sometimes in education. They are not interested about that. They just want a green card one fine day to settle over there and to be over there and all that. What should be done? What should be done? And then second part, some of the farmers, you mentioned about sugarcane. It's a challenge once again. People are doing rice cultivation. Imagine the kind of a water which is consumed as far as the rice cultivation is concerned. Thereafter, the water levels are going down. Number three, the labor is being brought from outside and they are working. They themselves, they don't want to work hard. You mentioned about cancer patient and kind of a disease which are coming because of pesticides and all that. How do we change? Because food is the basic necessity of life. Without food, you can't survive. But children today and education ecosystem today, I would say from 1st to 15th century, nobody asked for the job. People were self-employed, whether artisan or father का जो job है वही pick up कर लिया, whatever was happening and all that. Nobody ever knew earlier unemployment. This term was not existing. But today the scenario is altogether different. How do you look at this entire ecosystem?
Yes. See this.
I'm sorry, it is my concern, it is my concern. That's why I'm saying.
No, it is equally my concern. Good that you are bringing up this discussion. The thing is, we had asked one question in one of the workshops with the farmers, that how much amount they spend typically in a year over their medical expenses. And the answers were ranging from 35,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees on an average. So this is the kind of expenses they incur, and that is where we sort of told them that like how organic farming can help them and a responsible consumption. The point is that so their time has now come. It's very sort of favorable time in terms of taking this message, because they are slowly becoming receptive to these messages, because one is this health problems they are facing. Second is they are also adversely impacted by the see we have experienced one or two generations cycles have gone, and they have realized that uh, this is the whole story is not that hunky dory. There are people who have come back disgruntled from the city, the kind of pain they have gone through. So people have realized that it is not a very rosy picture in the city. While the person says that I am working in a company, see the style is like this: the youth comes, and then when he goes back to the in a vacation, people ask him, what do you do? And he says, I work in a company. They don't know what he is doing in the company exactly. They don't know that he is commuting 4 hours per day. He's staying almost on the outskirts of the city and traveling by bus to reach that factory, and there possibly a low end job again for a meager salary. So all these things people don't know, but now this can't remain hidden for too long, and this people are experiencing this. The other is the impact of the health. So with this cancer incidents, people are experiencing that what you have earned is gone in one day. So all these things will slowly enhance the receptivity. We'll have to be at it. We don't have to give it up, and collaborate with like-minded people. So all of us should come together and collaborate and make it happen. I'm sure it will happen. Other thing is create role models, centers of excellence. So create some districts which are role model. It should become a story, like how Israel is a success story across the globe. Why can't we have say 10 Israels in India, where we show it to the world that and it need not always be hard work. We can show one district which is doing smart work, so we can showcase that. So this noted social worker Anna Hazare, he created one pocket of excellence and demonstrated it to people. So such pockets of excellence can be created. People, we can arrange field trips of people, they can visit and see it for themselves as to how the life has transformed. So there are some extreme stories, etc. How he stopped alcoholism in that village, etc. So those are there.
I'm so grateful to you, Mr. Jagdish Chaudhary ji. Our chamber would like to work very closely with you. I'm grateful to you for having spared your most valuable time today. I'm thankful to Dina Nath ji also to put us across. And I'm so grateful to you that you have lined up next 8 days. Ladies and gentlemen, world over, wherever you are, I wish to share with all of you that with the Tata Consultancy Services, through the good offices of the analytics and the insights of the TCS, we are going to have 8 programs: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now that is this week, and then the next week again, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 8 verticals we are taking on a different things. And let me also share with you, today we have started on a beautiful note. This is my concern. This is one of the areas which disturbs me quite a bit, and our chamber is dedicated towards that. We would like to work very closely with Mr. Jagdish Chaudhary ji, his entire team, and whatever we can take it ahead, because I'm seeing lots of patients getting into cancer in Punjab every day, and there's a train going to Ganganagar called Cancer Train, and children going abroad without understanding. Why are we not thinking that the food is the basic necessity of the life? We got to have the good food, clean food, neat food, organic food. We got to have nutritious food. That is what we have to eat, not the junk food which has been pushed down our throat. I think a lot to be done in that. Uh, Depending on your time availability, Jagdish Chaudhary ji, if you have a time, there are six kids today. Those are joining us. But if you have some other commitments, then I would say thanks to you now. How are you occupied? Would you like to listen them for a minute, or you have some other engagement?
I'll be keen and happy to listen to them, sir.
God bless you. God bless you. I'm so grateful to you personally. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead with the patronage and blessings and Jagdish Chaudhary ji from Tata Consultancy. Each child, 1 minute you get. Speak on to whatever you want to say. What kind of an education? What is your dream project? What do you want to become? What children think? Let's start with Shweta. Shweta Jha. Shweta. Quick child, great evening, good evening, regards to you, happy evening. I hope you're fine, parents are fine. Come on, go ahead, Shweta. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Yes.
So we'll start with the role of technology in education. As we are moving towards modernization, everything is progressing, and so technology as well. And we cannot deny the fact that technology has comforted the lives of common people a lot in many fields, and one such field is education. So technology has the ability to enhance the relationship between a teacher and a student, and also it contributes in better learning and making the learning fun. It is found that 77% of teachers believe that use of technology in classrooms helps to motivate students and develop a clear vision about the subject or the course. Some of the high-tech approaches towards education is cloud computing, wherein we upload study materials online and every student can download it anywhere in the world and have a look at it. Another one can be virtual and augmented learning experiences through which people or students can witness live events through the use of VR sets, online online courses, YouTube videos, other apps such as Vedantu, Byju's, Upgrad, etc. Are not only helping urban students but also the students from rural areas to educate themselves and achieve their dreams. Moreover, this pandemic time is the best time where technology has proved its importance, and be it schools, colleges, private institutions, or anything, we are all learning online. So finally, I would like to say that there are a number of reasons to why technology is a key aspect of learning in schools, colleges, and moreover that. And it is also a necessity for every student to survive in this business world. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Shweta. God bless you, beta. Thank you. Thank you. Gunveen. Gunveen. Gunveen, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, great, great. Go ahead, go ahead. Come on, quick.
Sure, sir.
Yes, Gunveen.
The purpose of education.
You have to see your volume, child. Volume, beta. Volume. You bring your mic near your mouth. Bring just your mic nearby. Yeah. Hold the mic. Hold the mic.
Okay now?
Huh? It is better.
Is it okay
but if
now?
you're, yes, it's better. Yes, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, sir. The purpose of education is to simplify the complexity and explain the depth of infinity. The combination of knowledge and skill, as well as the common values, help young students bloom into adults and become responsible and productive citizens. In the first world, the purpose of education is to provide for the economy, prosperity of a country. Similarly, on a personal level today, the purpose of education is to be able to earn a respectable living. Before the current and popular education system was introduced by the British, the education in our society was always the means of nurturing the human beings. Moral training was always an inalienable part of it. Many of the conflicts surrounding education are the results of the multiple points of views as to the purpose of education. The purpose of education is to enable individuals to reach their full potential as human beings, individually and as a member of society. We live in a society which is continually evolving, and yet somehow it has become generally accepted that schooling should not change. Many still hold expectations that what used to work remain appropriate. But we are not the same. We are different. The world is different. Thus, the education system too has to change accordingly. Thus, we need to change. Thus, we need to make the education more relevant to the students. At the end,
Wow.
I would like to sum up by quoting a few lines by Sidney J. Harris. The whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. Thank you so much.
To change mirrors into windows. Wow, that's great. Purpose of education. God bless you, my child. Harshita. Harshita, good evening. Yes, Harshita.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, beta. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I'll talk about the women empowerment. So women empowerment can be defined in many ways. However, at this time, women are already excelling in every profession and in every field. But there are still a lot of sections from a society where women empowerment is highly required. So for those particular sections of a society, women empowerment is basically giving them the right of decision making, giving them access to economic resources, focusing on their skill development, and giving them equal rights. However, most of the times we see that women fear that something wrong can happen to them because a whole generation has worked on empowering women but forgot to teach the whole society how to treat empowered women. So for the empowerment, we need to work as a whole rather than focusing on one particular gender. That's it. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. Thank you, beta. Thank you. Muskan. Where is Muskan? I just saw her. She was here only. Muskan. Muskan, good evening, beta.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, great evening. Come on, please go ahead, Muskan.
So I'll be heading off with what today's youth want. Today's
What
youth
does
want.
today's youth want? Okay.
Yes, sir. So today's youth want more flexibility right from the foundation period of their lives. If the base of a person is strong, then in the near future, he or she does not have to focus more onto the development of the skills. Right from the age of schooling, students should be given n number of opportunities to explore their interests and should be given the flexibility to choose the field or stream that they want to choose. Guidance is important, I agree. But an aberration from the mainstream system is very important so as to understand what they are good at. If this opportunity is given to them in the initial days of learning, then the problem of the statements like, I was not sure about what to do, or I don't know in what direction my life is going, won't be heard that frequently. So we really need to focus upon the flexibility part of education system. When we are studying in these schools, we are taught things which have no relevance in the life that we are going to live after class 12 or after completing our schoolings. So youth needs more of counseling sessions so as to know and gather knowledge about what they should do after 12th or what should be the complete path or the complete mapping of the complete mapping of what should be done. Youth wants that when they finish off with their schooling, they should have a complete path in their mind of what, when, and why, and how. What they'll be doing, what stream, to what point they want their career to go, when they'll be starting off with their UG education, and how they are going to prepare for that. If all these things are clear in their mind, nobody can stop them from succeeding. So all I want is to say is that flexibility and freedom should be given to them, and the education system.
Flexibility and freedom. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Muskan. Tanisha.
Good evening,
Tanisha, good evening, beta. Good evening, beta. Please go ahead.
Very good evening, everybody. Today I'll be expressing my views about water conservation. Water conservation, two words that really sound like a movement or a lifestyle transformation, unfortunately has merely become a social science project or a poster making project. All of us, all human beings are constantly reminded about the importance and significance of water, yet we tend to look away. Speaking about my city, Bangalore is ironically called the city of lakes. According to a report, in a decade, all the underground natural water would be drained. Now, I am from Bangalore. I don't even have a secure future in my own city. A Hindi poet once said, "Pani hai to jeevan mein rawani hai." इसके बिना जीवन नहीं कोई कहानी है, which basically translates into a life without water is unimaginable. While I was reading more about water conservation, I was wondering if we even have any laws or any strict rules about water conservation or water conservation methods. And to my astonishment, we do. There's an Environmental Protection Act of 1986 that makes it mandatory to have rooftop harvesting systems in all target areas. But I ask, why only target areas? Why is it not mandatory in every city, every district, every village? Why are not individuals asked if you have a water harvesting system on your roof? Or why aren't we questioned about our water wastage level? You all know how to save water, right? Reuse water, use a bucket instead of shower. Do you use it? Maybe. Am I following it? Maybe. But I ask, why aren't we questioned about it? We all agree that water conservation is a necessity, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry, but this was a necessity 10 to 15 years back. It's a crisis today. We have to start working towards water conservation. If we don't do anything today, tomorrow is not guaranteed. Thank you so much.
That's great. I saw initially 6 names. Where is the 6th girl? And you logged in from your name. Okay, fine. No worries. No worries. So let me get our distinguished guest right at the center stage and the final words, and thereafter we do the closing. So, ladies and gentlemen, you all can switch on your cameras on the top so that the world can see you. You all can switch on your cameras. Yes, because today you all are celebrities. Today you all are celebrities, my children. You all are celebrities. Wherever you are.
I'm sorry to interrupt. So Tanisha Pathak is left. She's waiting actually.
That's what I was telling. There was one more child left over.
Tanisha, please switch on your mic.
I don't know who switched on from where.
So there are two Tanishas here. That's why there was some confusion.
I mentioned.
Yeah.
So, Chaudhary sir, with your permission, one more child.
Sure.
Yeah, Tanisha. Yes.
Okay, so thank you first of all.
You have a privilege. You are sharing the dais with him next. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for having me here. So the topic for me today is that how can one create their dream career? So we all know that everybody really work really hard to make their dream career possible. And if their dream career is a career which gives them happiness and a sense of satisfaction, I believe it's a career in which they put in their heart into the work. So I believe there are 3 points that I'm going to talk about, which a person needs to keep in their mind for making their dream career possible. So the first one is courage. Why am I saying courage? It's because I believe courage is an important element, because if we talk about India, most of the students do not have this choice to make their dream career, because either their parents force them to pursue some career, because they believe in India that if a child is going ahead in the profession of medical, in the field of medical or law or engineering, then only it can get them bread. But if they choose to get into the field of music or dance, it cannot get them bread. So that's what I think, that we really need to break this glass ceiling. This is a myth. If a child wants to pursue their career in whichever field, he or she should be free to take that choice. Second, they have that career, that they have that courage, but still they are worried about their financial background. They should be given this particular loans opportunity, so that if they do not belong from a very strong financial background, they can still pursue their career. So the second point is having a clear vision. I believe following your passion is very important. And for that, you really need to have a proper planning. And you cannot just take a big step. You need to take small steps. And the last small step will take you to your dream career. For this, one more thing is there in my mind, because I think we all are humans and our mind is full of ideas and thoughts, and it keeps on fluctuating. So if a person comes to us and tell us we are not on the right path, we just start fluctuating and think about an alternative career. So we should not do that. And for that, a child needs to get guided for it, that you have to follow the same path if you really want to make your career in this particular field. Third is the point, which I'll say consistency. And while I say consistency, I believe that this is something which is important in whatever work you do or whichever field you are going ahead. So We should keep this in our mind that ups and downs, it's all keeps moving, but we don't really have to stop our journey in the middle. We need to build up good connections. Why I say connections? Because nowadays everything is on internet, on social media, and we have this wonderful opportunity of making good connections around us and having some really nice and positive people who can actually guide us on different phases of their life whenever we get stuck or face obstacles. Right. So if we follow these 3 points, I believe everybody and every student can go closer to their dream career and follow it. At last, I would like to sum up by saying a quote. So it was very well quoted by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam that if you want to shine like a sun, you need to burn like a sun. Thank you.
Thank you. And what you quoted at the end, I must share with you. On 15th of October, his birthday is coming. And I have got a global motivational talk for 2 crore youth. That is at 3 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Do join us. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Beta. Right. So right over here, the center stage, we have got the distinguished guests just for the concluding remarks. And thereafter, I go for the next webinar. Media entertainment industry people are waiting. Please go ahead, Jagdish Chaudhari ji.
It was very interesting to hear these thought-provoking ideas from these young minds. One of the sort of trade-off while getting your experience in learning when the challenge experienced professional face is that in the process of learning they also learn what is not possible. Whereas these fresh young minds are not biased about what is not possible. And that is where it becomes extremely important to seek their inputs. And we certainly can get a lot of out-of-the-box ideas. So I would like to thank all the young students for contributing their valuable ideas. And once again, let me thank ICSI and Dr. Gulshan Sharma for this opportunity. It was a pleasure to interact with your audience and look forward to many such opportunities. And I'm sure this entire series from Tata Group is going to add value to our audience. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very kind of you for sparing your valuable time this evening. So ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, if some of us have missed, today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday this week. And next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, there are going to be 8 sessions with the Tata Consultancy Services. My deep gratitudes, and I am personally indebted to Mr. Jagdish Chaudhari ji. There is a lot to be done for the humanity as far as agriculture, startups, whatsoever has to be done in nutrition and agri-farming and agri-cultivation, because ultimately the whole world needs a food basket. That is something very important which we all have to learn. So the boys and girls, world over, the young generation, kindly remain tuned in and come. There is going to be a Media Entertainment Sector Skill Council CEO now, and you are going to have everything related to media entertainment industry now coming live on the YouTube. Thank you very much, Jagdish Chaudhari ji.